look at the title of this particular stream and go, that's the same title you had on yesterday when you did this. Have you done nothing? Have you done nothing at all? Of course I've done something. That's all I've been doing and working away and slaving and trying to get other things going. But I did kind of, I've been, like I said, I've been doing a lot of tech debt stuff lately. Getting unit test infrastructure built into all my services because it wasn't there before. Now I've got a number of unit tests working, not all of them because I'm still adding, I have to implement a number more. Also a system logging setup where I can control what's getting logged, when it's getting logged, and where to it's getting logged. And I had to implement that into all of my services. Eventually I'll be putting it on the front end as well. Really what it's going to allow me to do is track things that happen to users in real time. So when things like right now, I have things going on in my logs I have it set up that anything that's going on locally goes to my console, like normal. Debug.prints, get errors in the consoles, and I can just read and see what's happening. But once I get to my environments, my test environment, which is Docker, my dev environment, my pre-test dev environment, which is really nothing more than just testing the deployment. It's not really meant to be a development environment. It's more of it's like make sure that all of my deployments are working. And then I can go to the test environment. Now the test environment is where I'm going to go. So everything gets loaded up and I get to see all the new databases and all the new data. And then I can run it, kind of play with it, see what's happening with it. And then if everything passes and everything's looking good that I want to have working, then I will pass it up to the production area. Now, the production area is the one that I'm going to have like an outside access. I use ngrok to allow access to the services. That's where the services are going to be sitting, waiting for people to hit it with whatever APK or however it gets installed. I haven't compiled it yet for any kind of APK yet. I don't have a sim yet. I want to get the sim working. But in order to get the sim working, I got to keep getting these parts in place. And one of those parts is the game plan. The game plan is number one, but I also need to have the playbook. That's number two. And to some extent they're connected because certain things have to exist on both and all. And as if you've been around and seen my previous discussions of what I'm doing here, the playbook and the game plan have to work together, kind of. So like the default game plan it can have certain types of plays that it can run. And those plays have to meet the criteria of the situation definition. So if it says run left, I have to have plays that are run left. So I've got to create plays that are run left and run middle. And then they all have to have those definitions assigned to them. So they're going to have what I call a Playtype group that goes along with them. So, oh yeah, I added this text and now my text is white and I can't read it. But there you go, gateway connection. Gateway connection, oh yeah, I got to start all my services. Oh wait, they're running. Why are they running? Oh, you know what? I think I actually have to close all these, to be honest, because I have made updates. Just today's been a day of updates, and I think I just need to close everything and make sure everything starts back up and is friendly and functional. So I don't know which one's all, so we'll just kill them all. Now, I've had people ask me, when are you going to get this done? What's the estimated release date? And I just want to say right now and here, I don't have one. So I want to have a demo. And my goal was demo this month. And my goal was demo October. So as you can see here, I'm not getting to the point I expect. I keep thinking I just need a couple little tweaks and then I'm onto the demo. I'm onto the system and onto the implementation of the simulator. And I'm not doing a demo until I have a simulator. I got to have base simulator. It's not going to have much. It's going to be a lot like that YouTube video that somebody created that mimicked Madden. I'm actually pretty impressed by what it did. I was like, frick, man, that's actually pretty good. It's like, I don't know how he did that. He got AI, basically. He just did AI, 3 different AIs, and they all generated basically the same thing. I don't know how much of it was truly done by AI, because they all came out the same thing, but he just gave them a model, and they all just did it, and it was all in JavaScript, which is pretty impressive. Now, I don't know how smart it is on how it's playing, because he gave it basic instructions, and these plays just kind of, basically he's got objects that are just moving towards the guy with the ball. That's all they do. And I guess with varying speeds and whatever they do. But I'm kind of doing it more dynamically, or it's all predetermined. It's codularly defined based on the skills and abilities of the player. So I don't know how well that's going to work. It may not be the best way to do it. And will I have to redesign that? I hope not. Because I don't know. I mean, I guess the other option is I use speed. And the problem is I'm also doing a thing where I'm kind of making it live and viewable to all the, what do you call it, people watching it. So if you got 5 people watching a game, you got 10 people watching a game. That's the current plan in design. Is you can have as many people as you want watching the game, as long as they have the link, or, they have a way to get to that game, and they click on it. Like, for example, if you're in a league and all the games are running and you've got 10 minutes of every game, you can click on all of them if you want and go watch each game. It'll just pop it up in your screen and you go watch the game. And then it'll just kind of show it running. Now, I'm expecting the games to run about 10 minutes each, maybe longer. They might be 15 or 20. I don't know. I haven't gotten to that point yet. I'm thinking there's a certain amount of speed I want to add to it so it runs faster, but I also don't want it to be stupid. I want you guys going all over the field. There's a lot you can eliminate, though, because, okay, so one of the games that did it best, and but I think it cheated the clock. The clock ran way faster than is realistic, and I don't think it actually ran the number of plays that a game runs, because a game will run 60 to 70 offensive plays per team, so upwards of 100 plus plays per team, or per game. And what this means is, if you figure every one of them at real time takes about 45 seconds. That's with the time and with clock ticking while you're calling a play. Now, so you can speed it up for the play calling and for the getting back to the line. You want guys to run. There's no hesitation in there. You can kind of speed up that process. And when the game runs, you maybe let it slow down and run at normal speed, and then you kind of pick up speed a little bit for all of the in-between stuff if you can. And as long as there's no significant breaks in that, you could probably get the game running a little bit faster. But that's one of the key elements of my game, and I hope people don't hate it, is that I want the game to be important. I don't want it to be just a zip through. I know I played the program, and it's kind of sort of interesting to watch your guy go back up, and you're like, there's tension. Is he going to get to the end zone? No. But it's only because the only tension there is you got the line that's tempting you to go to the next spot, because you're here, you're there, you're here, you're there, you're here, there, yeah, that. But the only reason that's fun in the short, quick processes is because if you were watching a line if you don't run it fast, it's even worse. It's just like dit, and you're just doing this the whole time as a line. And it's boring. But when it goes faster, it's a little interesting. But the game's over in like 2 minutes, right? It's like a minute per half. It's really fast. But that's not what I want. I want it to be a little bit more casual. I want people to be able to run a game. I want people to be able to run a game and not have to worry about their phone staying on. A game starts, it runs, whether you're there or not. It's going to run on the server. The only exception is if you run it on your phone, it probably won't run, because what happens, Android if the app is not active, it can't run. It can't do anything. Now supposedly there's some functionality that you can say run in background if you want to. It's like you can run a game and then have it have it be running even when you're toggling around doing other stuff on your phone, or maybe, I don't know, maybe when the phone's locked you could even let it run. I don't know what you can do exactly. If that's possible, I'll do it. This way you can start a game and you can go get back to work. Click kick off and just know that it's going to send you an update notification of your game running. Now that works for online games because online games run on the server. So they'll just keep kicking back. So you don't have to worry about whether or not your phone has turned off. You've kicked off the game. It's running on the server. The only difference is there's no UI picking up the updates, other than the push notifications that'll come in and say, hey, you scored, blah, blah, blah. But if it's got to be fast enough or slow enough that you're not getting notifications, like I started the game and it's like, the score, the score, the score, the score, the score. It gave, it's final score 35-30 or something, and you've got like 15 push notifications all in like a minute. And you're just like, I don't want that either. I want it to be a little slower. I want it to be something like, if it takes 15-20 minutes, there's a little build up. You're like, oh, I scored 7. Nice. And it's like that. You back to work, and after a few more minutes, you hear another score. Oh, they came back. What? Oh no, I'm behind by 7. You're able to get to work. You're getting those push notifications telling you what's going on. Now you can turn off push notifications and not get them. You can have it just update you on the quarter. First quarter ended, score 10-7. Second quarter ended, still 10-7. Third quarter ended, you're down 20-7. Fourth quarter ended, you win the game 21-20. It's like, wow, I won. Like, or you could have things going on. You could set the notifications how often you get the push notifications. Hey Karama, what's the latest, man? It's just doing a nightly update here of what's been going on, what I've been working on, and giving my periodic update of what it is I'm shooting for with this game. Because people do come around and they ask, what's going to happen? When's it going to be done? And I have to give people the same old answers. I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see what the future holds. But first, I got to get the simulation, which means getting this thing working. I really love my sound. What do you think, man? I'm really hooked on this sound. I think it's a cool sound. It's a little loud. I'm thinking I need to make it a little quieter, just because it's overwhelming. But I want to put a background, some music in there, and have the sound maybe be a little bit more soft tone. But I think it works pretty good for my scrolls opening and closing, and I hope people agree with me on that theory, on that impression. So I've been trying to. I feel like this is saving automatically. Why are these saved? I don't remember putting this in. Why do I have 3? I thought I deleted all but 1. So I don't know what did I do to get those others. Okay, so one of the things I gotta get doing here is I gotta create a pop-up that when you click on the Playtype, a little pop-up comes up, and the pop-up is probably it's layout. I'm trying to think of the best layout for the pop-up. Okay, so play types have only four values. They have actually they only have 3. The play type, pass, but it's going to be more than that. So a play type is you pick a formation, base, and then you're also going to pick. Your base play type will be a filter, and then you get to decide which play type group you want. So if you pick a formation that is, say, base formation 1-2, then it'll be like it'll be called a 12, and you pick you pick a base formation. Where'd that go? Oh, here it is. Okay, so say you want to do base formation 1-2 pass medium, so it'll be 12 12 pass medium. So what a 1-2 formation is, and I'll explain it in there. I'll have quick, what do you call it, tooltips. But a base formation pass medium, basically of a 12 pass medium, means it's a medium pass with a 1-2. You picked a particular formation with a personnel set of 1-2, and 1-2 means one running back, two tight ends. So you have 5 flexible players on the offense. Okay, so on the offense, you've got your 5 offensive linemen. They're always the same 5. Center, 2 tackles, 2 guards. And then you have a quarterback. So that's 6. You only have 11 guys. The other 5 are flexible. It can be pretty much any combination of 5 of running backs, wide receivers, and tight ends. The 3 things. So 1-2 is how many running backs, how many tight ends. And then that means if you have 1-1, that's a 1 running back, 1 tight end, and that means 3 receivers. So it's always the difference in the 5 is the number of receivers. So if it's 0-0, then you've got 5 receivers, which means you got 3 guys. It's rare that people play that. I think it's called a spread offense or something. A lot of times one of those receivers is a tight end, but it's still he's just running off in a tight end position. He's not. Tight ends technically are not tight end. I mean, they're just receivers that happen to play a blocking position on the team. So yes, you could be fit to a tight end, but you're usually a bigger, stronger version of a wide receiver. And that's why some of your receivers, some of your tight ends have been some of the greatest receivers, ever. I mean, Shannon Sharp, you've got Keith Jackson, you've got Tony Gonzalez, Gronk. Those are some great tight ends, some of the best in history. Those guys have run some pretty major, had some pretty major careers and some great receiving seasons. But a lot of the great tight ends weren't great because of their hands. They're great because of their blocking, or their just of what their secondary skills are. Some teams don't use tight ends, so you can be a great catching tight end, but if you're on the wrong team, they're wasting that talent. But anyway, that's what the base formation is. So you see that these guys have a base formation of 4-3. Now, secondary option, this is how we filter it. Playtype groups, these have to match what's inside of the playtype. So this says pass medium. Well, if I go over here and pass, and there's no pass medium, there wouldn't be because this is a defensive formation. Here's an offensive one. So this one's got run. This can do everything. Most, not all, but most offensive formations can do everything to some extent. But there are formations that aren't great for like long passes. You would not have a pass long option for some. So it becomes a little trickier with these, but you're still picking which type you want. And then when that filter comes in to pick one, it's going to pick a play pick one of the plays that run a pass medium, long, short type play against that formation. So you could end up with any, but you get to pick your formation, and that's where the filter is. So the play has to have a formation, which I believe I got to make sure my my gateway is returning the formations. I think it does. It has to. Yeah, that's right, because I do have formations being loaded at a point. That's right. So I think we're okay there. But I think I need to have this thing update. Can you also update the playbook.go? Gateway, where you at? Gateway, playbook.go. I think it's something get formations endpoint. Yeah, it is. Endpoint to return the new values. Base formation and Playtype groups. And verify that the Playtypes endpoint also returns the Playtype group. Really what this comes down to, and I admit it, sometimes I'm a little lazy because this is a pretty simple thing. It's going to be essentially taking a look and making sure that the function, the proto, when it fetches, loads those values. Because I just added these new values. So I linked play formations with their play type groups, which is these items. So we have to have pass medium and this thing. Okay, so play types also have a base play type, which is to say, this is the bias for the play. This is a play type that says, hey, we have people in here or are whatever they're doing, that this is going to be a pass play. For offense, it's not really a bias so much as we're running a pass play. A play type, so we're going to do a pass medium, and it's going to be a medium pass. But on defense, it's a bias, because defense can never be just run or just pass. They have to, they can have a bias, which basically says, okay, we're 99% sure these guys are running. So we're going to play tight to the line. We're going to get ready to stuff the holes. Everybody's going to be alert. But if the team tries something funny and has guys go out, it's not like we're just going to watch them run by us. The CBs are going to go, whoa, wait, go back and cover. We're going to have a couple of, maybe the safeties are going to try to zone cover some space. But we're going to try and first be ready for them to take the handoff. If they don't, then everybody breaks off and goes and runs into passive formations. But their goal and formation and their alertness is going to be about stopping the run. And that means we have to have a definition for what that is. And when are we telling them that? So defense has a little bit more ambiguity in what it's doing. So you got to kind of pick the bias. Now plays are defined, the routes and such are defined for those biases. So you might run a run defense that maybe runs really shallow zones, has a lot of linebackers running to the line, but maybe not quite blitzing. They're not like going in for the quarterback so much as they're just trying to make sure there's no holes. Now if it turns into a pass play, maybe instead of going for the running back, they just do try to break in. They stop for the preparation of the running backs coming in, but they just blitz in and they go in. So it goes from a run defense to a blitz maybe. But it's just how the bias is. And it's going to be interesting to see how I decide to handle it, because at a point all that stuff has to be calculated in the logic. But I'll do that as I go. So gateway is going to have to be stopped because it's updating. Because it's fetching more stuff, which means the playbook code level gateway builds clean go test, shows no test files but compiles okay. Runtime, you'll need to restart playbook and gateway. So I got to stop playbook as well. Gateway go test. I'm going to update gateway, get playbook to use proto JSON-like formations to play type group. It's reliably included. Then I'll run go test for the gateway package to verify everything compiles with the updated protobuf. So it's cool that it runs these tests automatically. I really like that. But each time I write one of these, I gotta almost have it do a test to make sure these things work. But I'm trying to decide what it's like. What is the unit test I want to create? I feel like I should always create a unit test for every new function. It's just one of those things. I feel like I should always do it now. Just always create a test that just does what it has to do. And this way I know things are getting built correctly. And this is playbook.go. See, this is, I'm not, Did it not make a change to playbook? I thought it made a change to playbook. Playbook, where are you, playbook? I'm alphabetical, Ken. Playbook comes after G. Can't help it, man. Can't spell. Spelling is hard. All right, so we're gonna close all these. Okay, let's get rid of those for now. Okay, so let's go ahead and start this back up. So now I should be getting the right values. It says should include base formation and play type groups. Each play type should include play type group. Okay. Now the question is, how do I want to lay this out? I'm so confused. There's got to be a good layout. Let's go with, sometimes I just need to see one. Let's create, I got to keep things in a, what do I want to call it? Aesthetically similar state. And right now, there's only 3 types of pages I want to have loading. Sun Wukong poopsicles. What's that, man? Did you make a mistake? Sounds like something somebody says they make say, poopsicles. Dang it. I hate it when I do that. I'm trying to decide. So I have, like I said, I have 3 types of screens right now. I have my scroll. That's the main screen for most of my non-simulation pages, which, by the way, this kind of bothers me. Okay, so yep, actually those are poop bombs, right? I mean, are they really sickles? I don't know, man. I think that's more like, that's a pee-sicle. When you try to go pee outside. But I guess it could be a really thick, gross poopsicle. Okay, that's going way too far. We're getting into the weeds here. But no, this is kind of bothering me. Okay, so these work kind of cool. They're consistent. They all look kind of the same, right? They're working like they should. But then I click here. Bam. What? There's something not smooth about that transition. It's like scroll closes, blink, blink, there's just this other screen. And it's like, yeah, something about that is not smooth. I mean, it's not that this screen is bad, I think. It's just, it doesn't flow when I'm bouncing around through scrolls. I don't know what the heck that was. Something's going on with my game planning. Do I got a break going on? I don't know what's happening. It's half opening. What happened there? Okay, something broke with that. I have to see what's going on with that. But anyway, it's just like these all do their thing. which is great, but the transition from this to this is not good. It's almost like I need some other kind of transition to make this feel right. But it doesn't, transitioning using a scroll. See, the idea is that you're opening a playbook. This is your play editor. These are scrolls. You're in a fantasy world, right? And you use paper scrolls. That's what this whole thematic is. It's all about everything being from a thematic viewpoint. So these are books, playbook, game plan. What the heck is wrong with my game plan? Something went wonky here. Just stopped working all of a sudden. I don't know what happened. Stop it. Stop being dumb. What did you do? I gotta restart, figure out what that's doing. Because I can't, and that's the thing I'm working on, so it's gonna make a problem for me. But this is a little, the transition is weird for this too. I'm not sure how to smooth, I guess how to smooth out the transition between the scrolls and the non-scrolls. I think part of it is it's the way it shuts off. When you do this and then go from here to here, see, they only close halfway. I think I know. I don't know how to do it, but I know how to fix it. I know how I want to fix it. I think I need to have some kind of animation. I don't think I have any clue how to do this. It might be something I can do with dot tween. Dot tween might be able to do this, and I'm gonna have to use AI because I have no idea what I'm gonna do. But the idea, here's my idea. So these close and open like I'm opening different scrolls. But I think what I want to do is if I open one of these scrolls or one of these non-scrolls, that my scroll closes like it does, but instead of just shutting off when it gets closed, is have an animation where it shrinks and goes back to its home. What do you think? Thing is, my scrolls aren't 3D. They're flat. But I think that would be cool. Like they would just shrink and be put away back into the menu. Or into whatever I'm using. Like if I'm using an asset that opens it, click, it would shrink and go away. Oh, I think that would be cool. I wonder if Bezzy could do that for me. That would be cool. Okay, so I know people haven't asked me yet. Nobody's actually asked me about this yet, but I keep explaining it because I know people are thinking it. What's with the ugly purple band on the top? For one, it's not purple, by the way. It's blue. But here's the thing. It's on top of this. It's transparent, and it's on top of this weird yellow color, and it's making it look purple. I don't know, because this reddish yellow sky, orange sky, is making it look kind of purple. And what I want to do is make this into an actual scene of assets. So basically I'll have real trees and it'll look like an actual scene in a game. Kind of like, I always use Watcher of Realms as an example. And this is just going to be an actual sky. And I want to make the band match the sky so that it just blends in like they're just sitting over the top on the sky. That's what I want to do. Plus, once I do that, I'm going to have these actual buildings, be actual assets, that instead of you clicking on these, you click on the building. And it'll say like, you know, coaching and whatever. You just click on whatever building you want. And it'll open up either the page or the scroll or whatever. Like you might, like some of these might actually be 2 scrolls in the same building. Like you might go to the coach's hut and there'll be the playbook and the game plan. And then maybe there's a front office where you can manage trades and do all the other weird stuff you do with players in office or whatever. They'll all have different things. Like maybe one of these will be the front office. I don't know. I'm not guaranteeing it's going to lay out this way, but I'm just saying we'll have buildings that have different things and they'll have different specific assets about them that allow you to click on them. And I don't know how I'm going to identify them yet, what kind of logos or things are on it. But for now, I'm using the band on top. And I think it'd be nice to have it not be so thematically weird. But this is driving me bonkers. Why did this lock up like this? All right, let's click that. I mean, I can turn it back on and it'll stop doing it. But I know what'll break it because it's when I swapped over to the system. What do you call it, to the sim type page. 10:22. Good golly molly, I was gonna do only a 45-minute stream. I know I haven't been on as long lately because I'm trying to kick my streams closer, that smaller, makes them easier to bite-size edit them. That's what I want to do. And what have I done new since the last time, since I was on yesterday? I'll tell you what I did new since yesterday. More back-end stuff. I implemented the last of my system logging. I finally got it all into all of my services. I added and defined some new values that'll make creating the play types more dynamic. I added stuff to formations and play types to link them together so that my play types can pick the right formations, which will then define what plays come from those play types. So yeah, it's kind of a multi-step thing. I had to get all that stuff in place so that my game plans work. So see, now it loads and everything's loading. I can go back and forth. And for some bizarre reason though, when I click on this guy, something breaks. Oh wait. Oh, is it doing? See? So if I click from here to there, I break everything. Why is only that one breaking though? The other ones didn't break when I did that. Maybe because I didn't wait for it to completely open. I don't know what I did. It's definitely something weird happening there. I don't know what. They all use the same. I mean, these are all prefabs. They all use the same open-close mechanism. Same code, same everything. But for some reason, that one's breaking when I swap over. So I don't know if it's because of my timing and it just happened to time it the same way twice. I'm going to find out in just a minute. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing on one of these other ones and see if I can break it. I'm bug tracing right now. Oops, I was too slow on that one. All right, so we'll go. All right, so if that's the case, then I broke this one now. I did. So if you kill it in the middle of an animation, it loses its setting is what's happening. So now every time I go back here, it's confused. Oops. I got to make sure that if I do something that doesn't let it finish its animation, that it resets itself. That's what's happening. Huh. It's kind of funny though that I can't kill it going to another object. I think honestly, I think it has to do. Oh, I see. I see. I can't actually. Oh, did I do it that time? Did I manage to break it? I did. I can break them all. I can break them all. It's about killing the, cutting off the animation. Huh. Well, I found me a bug to fix. Something interesting. If it ain't one thing, it's another. We can't have it just breaking because people are fast. That would be just silly. I think what I could do. I have ideas. I have ideas for that. But I probably what I should. All right. So what is this file? This is the animate scroll. It's gonna be on the content. Game plan UI manager. No, that's not it. It's full scroll. Scroll panel animator vertical. And do I put it on the animate close? Okay, there's got to be a way to. What I'm thinking about is maybe loading certain information to start, setting it, like capturing the max height, or what do you call it, the startup height of objects. But the problem is, if we, here's what only fold phones or phones that change aspect ratios only will have this problem. I want to be able to make it so that people can do a swap between closed and open on foldable phones. So I want people to be able to go from this to this and the game still play without a restart, without you having to go, oh, I have to, you know, it says restarting game. You know, so many games will do that. If you have a foldable phone, you'll have a game running and you'll decide, hey, I want to see this at a big screen. So you open it up and click on it and you yawn. You open it up and you click on it and it says restarting game, or do you want to restart the game because we didn't develop our game to deal with changing aspect ratios. They don't say that, but they basically say you have to restart your game. What? Oh, really? What? That's not even... Oh, you're dumb. Why are you so dumb sometimes? Retry in 42 seconds. Oh, wow. Okay, whatever. Don't need to. I'm not worried about that. But anyway, so I got to fix that. So I got to put in a... So I have this app. Sometimes I wonder if I even should put in a ClickUp link for this, but I am, just because I can. Let's not go. Not go. All right, so we're gonna go here. Oh no, wait. We need to go. Was it Control? Click up link. No, CU. Click up. Or is it Alt CU? Okay. Thought it was Control CU. Ah, there it is. I knew it was in there somewhere. I was sure of it. Okay. Stop it. I want to go. This is a playbook item. No, this is a game plan item. Game plan. Actually, it's all of them. It's actually UI. Android UI. Is it Android UI or just UI in general? It's probably all UI. All right, we'll just go Android UI because it's close enough. Feature. Score banner, player models. Let's see. Open. How about animated scroll? Page. Animated scroll page. So, I don't know, something like that. I'll call it that. Oh, shoot. I always do that. I gotta create new list, then do it. Then we have to create a new task. And in here, it's going to be called PBI. Closing animations. How about close open animations? Dot tween close open animations. I'm going to create a new task, and we'll just say task. It's actually a bug, but it's too early to be calling things bugs because right now it's just things aren't functioning yet. They're not bugs yet because they're bugs when you release them and they're out there. Before that, they're just you trying to make things work correctly. Because if you call them all bugs, everything you're doing is a bug when you start, right? It doesn't do that. It's a bug. No, I just haven't implemented it yet, or I haven't put it in yet. Or the second you type in a piece of code, it's a bug because it obviously doesn't work until you apply all the code. So it's not a bug until you release it. So other than that, just something you need to make work. Task closing, cutting off, close, / open animations. Is breaking animations breaks that screens open close. All right, so now I put that in there. Now it's going to put it right here, and it's going to go bleep, and you've got your full thing at some point. There it goes. All right, so I got my new dot-wing thing, and I can just go edit it whenever I know. It's just a task I need to fix. It's part of the scroll panel animator. I can only do it in VS Code though, because this feature doesn't work in VS22 because I haven't. Apparently, I have to totally rebuild my. If I want my ClickUp link to work in Visual Studio, I have to rewrite it. Apparently, it's totally different code. You can create add-ins for Visual Studio, but they're just a different thing. They don't work the same. So alas, I got to do it that way. What time is it? Oh, if I reached my limit, I got 10. I'm gonna do 10 more minutes, and then I'm calling it. So yeah. So I'm gonna skip that. Let's go ahead and start working on. Which page do I use? Do I use the scroll page, the page, or just my dialogue? I don't want to have too many things. It gets cluttery if you have too many things. But having little pages inside of other pages just seems like a lot too. I wonder if I should just... So my pop-up page for my formations is really not that great. Let's see, where's my formations pop-up? That is in the formation. Well, that's a play editor. Oh, the play editor. That's a whole nother. That's not even here. That doesn't even exist here. I forgot about that. I don't have a formations. The play editor is a web thing. That's on the React website that I built it for. Gosh darn McDoodles. What do I do here? Dude, did I tell you? I walked into it, man. I walked right flat, slap, bam, right into it. And this is why I don't like to accept links on my stream. I had some booby come to my stream. Hey, dude, I got this game I've been developing. Can you check it out and tell me how it works? Now, I've worked with a couple of people that have created a game that worked, that I played with. In fact, you did one, right? And then so has Nintendo. And they created apps that I was able to click on and go check out. And it was, some of them work pretty good. I mean, you guys are getting stuff done. It's cool. But this guy, not so legit, he built a, what do you call it? Malware. And he was baiting me. And I told him no because I didn't know him, right? I told him no, I wasn't going to do this thing. I wasn't going to check it. He's like, oh man, just check it out, please, please, please. I'm trying to figure out if I can get this thing to work. And I said, what's the worst that can happen? So I clicked on his stupid link. It opened. And it was just a blank screen. I'm like, dude, it didn't even load. So I go to shut it off and he goes, no. Just click on the screen and it'll pop up. And I'm like, nah, man, it doesn't work. Just get back to me at another time when you got it loading correctly. And he's like, no, I know I need to work on getting it to screen pop up. I don't know why. I was being dumb. I was being too nice. I don't know. That's my problem. Too nice. I don't just tell the guy take a hike. I said, fine. So I load it back up. I click the page. All kinds of stupid things start popping up on my screen, and now I have a pretty reliable what do you call it, malware / virus protection on my computer. So he didn't do any real damage, but he basically locked me up to where I had to control delete to kill a bunch of crap. I was able to kill it, and I basically had to restart my computer to get everything to shut down, and the virus protector dumped whatever he did, and there was no damage done, but it forced me to restart, get everything going again, and but this is why I don't take links, or I don't like links on my stream. Because I get to them later. It gives me a chance to look at them and determine if there's something about them that I don't want to mess with. Like in that case, if I would have opened it and saw the blank screen, I would have just shut it off. I wouldn't have cared. I would have just said, it doesn't work, dude. It doesn't open, doesn't do anything. And then I would have blocked. And then if I had known it was a bug, I would have just blocked him. So I blocked him, so he won't be back. But it's an annoying thing that I had to deal with, and I'm just saying. Now you know why I don't like to have links on my stream. So I walked right into it, man. I was being dumb, true. It's my fault. Should not have trusted the guy. I didn't know him from Adam. But hey, live and learn. Anyway, so back to it. I don't know what kind of page to use. That's my conundrum right now. I don't know what kind of page I want to use here. So if I go, it's a game plan. I have the container here. I have my add edit situation panel. Let's open this one. And if I open the add edit situation panel, so when I click on the Playtype, I want to pop up another screen. Honestly, I think I'm just going to pop up the same Playtype. I think I'm going to pop up the same thing and just overwrite or just display it. It'll be big and easy to pick from. But it allows me to do some other stuff, maybe add some formations or whatever. So if I was to do that, I would basically be creating the add edit situation panel again. So if I did something like that, let's go, and then we'll just rename it. We'll call it the Playtype selector dash panel. And then we don't need any of this. We don't need a situation. Actually, we probably don't need any of these things. Because when you select one, oh, no, that's the situation setup rules. I don't know why that's called that, but whatever. We'll just call it I don't even know if I need this. We'll just call it play type selector TMP. Select play type parameters. And then I'll change. Well, let's see. We want to have things you'll need are. You're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to select your formation. Whoa. Go here. I'm gonna say. Whoa, what is that? That is not the name of that. Base formation. Formation personnel. Dash TMP. Select formation. Is there a tooltip you can put? Can you put tooltips on? I wonder if a tooltip object. Select formation personnel. Playtype. Information. Personnel. Let's do that one. We'll go with that. Personnel. I think that's actually double N. I don't know. Do I not know how to spell? Probably not. So can I also add a... Okay, so what I have tooltips. Where are they? I have tooltips on... Ah, no. My tooltips I have are not here. They're in React. All the places I'm thinking, oh yeah, I did this before, but I did it in React, so I don't know how to do this. So what if is there a tooltip thing? Tooltip system. Tooltip trigger advanced. Do I have a tooltip thing on my app that I've implemented? Because I have tooltip. I don't even know what the heck is a tooltip system. Tooltip. Triggers can force canvas update. Canvas. Okay, I know. I have no idea how to do this. Y shift, X shift. Where's the text? Don't I put some text in there for the tooltip? Script. Main canvas. Tooltip triggers can force Y shift, X shift. All right, I don't know how to use this tooltip system. I guess maybe it must be a built-in thing because I didn't build this. Tooltip. Divider label. Oh, I do have it on stuff. Where do I have this at? What is? Oh, divider label. What the heck is it? Why does divider label have tooltip? That's just the little. That's just the little divider here. What the heck is tooltip on there for? I don't know. Huh. But I have no idea what that is. And why do these have a tooltip on them? I don't know. It's not doing anything. It's not actually applied to anything, but interesting. Oh well. It's been an hour. I got to stop. Till next time. I will, I'll get this working. And then by tomorrow, I'll have this kind of looking like a, for Playtype.